What's up, guys? I want to
supporters or people who oppose him.
Well, it's gonna motivate
take a look at
supporters,
this.
but as Joel just pointed out, it
This is
also
the live
motivates
results.
his opponents. It
Now,
motivates
what I want to
everybody.
do, what I'm doing this for is because I want to show you
Turnout
something
for Republicans in
that
2010 was Barack Obama.
is
The number
important
one
to see.
turnout
Black
for
people need to see this.
will be Donald Trump.
Let's see
And so
this.
the close U.S. Senate race for a while. Now, a lot of people are
Alabama.
thinking it's probably going to go Republican because it's a
don't
red
see
state
any-
and he's energizing red voters. Meanwhile,
any
in
black
blue
representatives.
areas and purple areas where Republicans are already
We're going to go state by state.
Trump is energizing the Democrats, and so
What state is this?
it's a two-edged
Alaska.
sword.
What do you think about the impact on
brothers.
some of these
No sisters.
What do you think about the impact on some of these high-profile
Arizona.
governor races as well in
No
Florida,
brothers,
in Georgia?
no sisters.
You know, it really does seem like both of those races are really.
Arkansas,
That we're talking seriously about Democrats
brothers, no
winning the
sisters.
governor's race in Georgia.
California.
Amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
people look at Charlie Baker
No
in
brothers, no
Massachusetts, but he's a
sisters.
fluke. He's basically a Democrat.
You see the
running as a
trend?
Republican. You've got a real live Democrat.
You
Stacey
see
Abrams,
the trend?
very smart, very to the left for Georgia.
Colorado.
And this is a neck and neck
Same
race.
way.
That is
Let's go to Connecticut.
possible.
Black
because
people
of
live in
Donald Trump.
Connecticut.
Interesting.
Joel, I've seen commentary that
No brothers,
for
no
a lot of
sisters.
people, yes, those
Delaware.
crowds
Let's go to Delaware.
yes, those crowds are very impressive at President
No
Trump's
brothers, no
rallies,
sisters.
but they
Let's go to Florida. I
the
know there's a
overall
lot
electorate,
of
right?
black
His
people in
base,
Florida.
He's not
There we
chosen
go.
for whatever reason
got
to
one.
expand
Gillum.
beyond that hardcore
Go vote for
base
Gillum.
of supporters.
See what
that
he's
he
about.
has. And so looks great on television.
Go vote for
Certainly
him.
thousands of people show up at them, but are they enough to roll
What
back
state
what
is
the
that?
president says is not going
Florida.
to
So I
be?
think you hit on a really
So we got
important
one
point
so
here.
far.
I think this is a real
Let's go to Georgia.
Republican
We got a
base.
sister in there.
And
That's
I
two
think,
people so
look,
far.
it's reflecting the fact that
Let's go to Hawaii.
the less educated you get,
Nobody.
the more rural you get, the older
Idaho. Brothers live in
Donald
Idaho.
Trump appeals to.
I don't know.
That is not a
Illinois.
younger, have a more diverse,
Remember,
and
we got
frankly,
two
a more
people so
populist base.
Indiana.
Younger, have a more diverse, and frankly, a more populist
Iowa.
for the future. That's a real crisis for Republicans.
See, they got
And-
this
and
brother right
regardless
there
of,
up in there talking
who
to
you're going
you.
to vote for today, I think
Telling you what to
none
do.
of us can ignore that reality.
And see, Republicans would point
No
out,
brothers,
that's a
right,
fascinating
again.
thing for you to say, but look around the country. If you look at a
What is it?
map
Now it's
of
Kansas.
the voting,
Let's go Kentucky.
Donald Trump
No,
actually
ain't no-
won
ain't no-
the election. He
ain't
didn't just
nobody
win it
in
with
Kentucky.
rural,
I don't see nobody.
white voters without
go
more than high school
Louisiana.
education.
Same
There are a
thing.
lot of other voters who
Maine.
Republican coalition. I think a more on point question to ask
Maryland.
to that coalition that existed
We got
before,
one
the
brother.
nose
That's
holders
three.
who
I
voted
don't
for
even know
Trump
if he's really a
for
brother, but-
political and ideological reasons, and then
Let's go Massachusetts.
that smaller group of true Trump
Nothing.
devotees.
think it's
how they-
Michigan.
And I say
We
this
got another
playfully and
brother,
lovingly.
James.
The president won by minus
vote
3
for
million
James.
votes. He was the
Four
third
people.
choice of most Americans. Most Americans decided to stay
Go to
home.
Minnesota.
Most Americans. Most
Nothing.
Americans decided to stay home. Second,
Mississippi. There's a lot of
Hillary
black
Clinton.
people in
He lost by
Mississippi.
3 million votes, and I think that's
Nobody
important to
representing
consider
Mississippi.
when you think
though.
about it.
Missouri.
There's this large
Nobody.
mandated base that Donald
Montana.
talk about those strips of the country
Hell
and how they
no.
look. That's electoral.
Nebraska. Ain't no. I don't think.
Talk about
black
those
people
strips of
live
the
in these
country and how they
states.
look.
I'm sure they
That's
do.
Democrats have the edge. You're probably
Look at
going to
that.
see
Nevada.
more Democrats registering votes.
New Hampshire.
I think that's important.
And I agree with you today. My point is that if you look at the Trump moment,
New Jersey.
party has been amazingly successful for the past 10 years.
New Mexico.
Party has been amazingly successful for the past 10 years. They dominate in state.
New York.
People who gave them those votes are not just that small segment of the Trump coalition. So
North
that
Carolina.
broader coalition, is he breaking it right in front of our eyes?
The question,
North Dakota.
the ad that they released, that we saw playing out, that even Fox News
Look at
said
this.
was
You
too
got all the
incendiary
brothers
and
up here
racist for
talking
them to
about
run,
this whole thing, right?
to be associated with getting those conservative
But
justices.
they're not really
and two
talking
Supreme
about
Court
what's
nominees
really
that
important.
overturning
They're talking to
repealing
white
Obamacare.
America right now. They're not
Is it
talking to
worth it if
blacks.
you become associated with the kind of
Oregon. So far, I only got four
the things
people,
that
man.
we've
Four
seen
people.
and the things that we've heard
Pennsylvania.
from other leaders who are seeking to emulate him? Is that who the Republican Party
Pennsylvania.
is?
And
Let's go
that's
to
the,
Rhode Island.
brand, and this is a conversation that I've
Nothing.
had, and I've been
South Carolina.
brand, and this is a conversation
Nothing.
that I've had, and I've
South
been
Dakota.
because about what do you want your
Nothing.
brand to be.
Tennessee.
We're having an event in Manchester,
No
my
Negroes.
company, New Hampshire Journal.
Yep.
Texas.
and some Republican RNC people to
Nobody.
talk about what does Republican look like. And it is
In
very
this big ass
possible
state, nobody.
that the party will
Utah.
look very differently,
Vermont,
that the party will look very differently to tomorrow.
Virginia,
Be the case that people make voting decisions, place at a
Washington,
moment, and so we'll see how it shakes
And
out.
Joel, is
West Virginia,
Place at a moment, and so we'll see how it shakes out.
Wisconsin,
then moving forward, do they become the party that's sort of
finally Wyoming.
party, or is that sort of a question they're going to be asking themselves?
Well, I think the interesting and exciting thing
All right,
for
guys.
Democrats here is that not only do you have a chance to review Donald Trump today, but you also have a chance
You see what I'm saying? This is what you should understand and learn something. What was the common theme? You telling me out of all of these states of the United States, out of all of the United States, we only have 4 black people, possibly 3, because one looked like a brother, but I don't really know if he was or if he was Indian. But we only have 3 to 4 people that we're willing to represent, to put in to seats of power. This is what I'm talking about. And see, these brothers and stuff on the news, they ain't going to talk about it because they're going to lose their job. They're talking to white America. They don't want black people to vote because your vote don't really count. Black people ain't going out there voting for black candidates to put in the seats of power. 3 to 4 people out of the entire United States, out of the entire country. It's insane. And this is why you continue to wait for people to do something for you instead of putting your own people in there, instead of doing something for yourself, representing yourself, putting somebody in seats of power that look like you, that think like you, who know how to fix you, help fix you. You don't put them in there. Instead, you keep voting for the same white people who continue to do you wrong. And then you complain about it and you're expecting a different result. How many white people do you got to vote for? How many years and centuries and decades and centuries do you got to wait for somebody to do something for you instead of doing something for yourself? This is what I'm talking about. It's absolute insane. It's madness. So when I tell you get out there and vote or don't go out there and vote, this is what I'm talking about. Don't go out there and just give your vote to one of these people who don't look like you, who don't know anything, or they know a lot about you, but have no intentions on actually improving your quality of life in this country. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Stop it. It's absolute madness, people. Save your vote and stay home. Or go vote for some brothers and sisters that are going to represent you, that look like you.